Hey there, it is time to talk about session 12. And before we get started on the work for session 12, I want to remind you that session 12 is looped in with session 11. So the due date for session 11 and session 12 are the same. And you should see that in Moodle when you are clicking in both of those sessions. There is lots of reminders there for you. Now, speaking of due dates, I want to bring your attention to the document in the top of our Moodle page that says due dates for this online course. When you click on that document, you are going to see something that looks like this. This has all of the due dates for the course, but I want to bring your attention to the bottom. So you will see here 11 and 12 are both due on November the 15th. And then you'll also see the deadlines for the session 13, 14, and 15. Down here at the bottom, you're going to see a statement that says all late work items are due no later than 11:55 p.m. on Monday, November the 29th. So this is a deadline in conjunction with session 14. Any late work items, and that means an assignment that was worth 100 points that you would like to submit for credit under the late work policy, has to be submitted by the deadline of 11:55 p.m. on Monday, November the 29th. This also means that absolutely no late work will be accepted in session 15, which is due on December the 6th. So please keep that in mind as you wrap up the next few weeks of the semester. Now, I'm going to bring your attention to session 12, and this session talks about preparing and registering. The preparation part of session 12 is going to be to review a case study entitled The Late Paper. So when you click on this journal activity, you're going to be taken to the journal page, and in the top, it's going to ask you to read a case study. The case study is entitled The Late Paper. This is about a student who turned something in late at the end of the semester. So it's just a good reminder to us that we should be working ahead of our deadlines, especially when we get to the end of the semester, because it is such a stressful opportunity. And when we get to the bottom, we are going to see that the characters are listed, and you are going to be asked to rank them in order of responsibility for Kim's failing grade. Now, looking at the journal, remember we copy and paste the formatting. So I'm going to do that here. You should be well accustomed to doing these things, hopefully. All right, so number one, ask you to do what you see on the case study reading. It asks you to rank each character in order of their responsibility for Kim's failing grade. It also tells you to give a different score to each character and explain why you gave that score. If I could offer you a piece of advice here, it would be to copy what I'm copying on the screen, and then that way you don't have to do a bunch of jumping back and forth to remember names and all of that kind of stuff. So here is a way for you to organize that information. So what I would do here is I would go in and I would put a number here for each one of the characters. Okay. And then your explanation, I'm sorry, y'all, my phone is ringing. Your explanation of why you gave that number is going to go here. All right, and then remember that all of the things that you type into the journal entry needs to be changed to a different color. Okay, and then number two, ask you to think solely about Kim for a few minutes and think about what she should have done differently in order to prevent what happened from happening. Now, I want you to understand that there are some things that happen in this case study that Kim is not responsible for. However, had Kim made different decisions leading up to the very end, she would not be in the situation that she was. So while things do happen beyond our control, we should know that there are always things within our control that if we had have done differently, we would not have been faced with that particular situation. So take some time, read that case study, and just think critically about what Kim could have done differently. So that was activity 1. And remember, we always have 2 activities. The second one is going to be super easy for you guys because Ms. Weisenborn has already done the work for you. So all you are going to do for the next semester schedule assignment is to follow the directions on the screen. You're going to log into WebAdvisor and you are going to find your spring 2022 schedule. You're going to take a screenshot of it and make sure you just take a screenshot of your schedule. Don't take a screenshot of your whole screen because y'all know I'm old and I'm having trouble seeing. So I just need a picture of your schedule. If you give me a picture of your whole screen, then I have to squint. So be nice to my eyes and give me a screenshot of just your schedule. The spring 2022 schedules should all be in WebAdvisor for you guys. If for some reason you do not see your spring 2022 schedule, it's okay. Don't panic. Just give Ms. Weisenborn a few days and check again. If you still don't see it and the deadline is approaching, I want you to do this, but for your fall 2021 schedule, and then I also want you to email Ms. Weisenborn and make sure she knows that you don't have a schedule. She is a rock star, and so you should all see a schedule when you log into WebAdvisor. And if you have additional questions or concerns about how that works, just shoot me an email and I'll be happy to help you. But you are going to just take that screenshot and you're just going to submit it right there in the submission link. So really, you don't have to do work, but for one of the 2 activities for session 12. And the reason why I bundled session 11 and session 12 together is because session 12 is a pretty light session for you. So just as one final reminder, make sure that you do session 11 along with session 12. They are both due on Monday, November the 15th. Y'all shoot me an email if you have any questions or concerns. And other than that, you are almost done with this semester. So hang in there. After you complete session 11 and 12, there are only 3 deadlines until the very end.